Well, hello. Welcome to Glitter 50. My name is Chandra. Um, I tried to film this yesterday, or a look with this palette yesterday, but for some reason my camera didn't want to film it. But I'm going to be using the Sugar Drizzle palette today. I love this palette. I've used it. You can see it's well loved, and I've only had it not even a week yet. Um, but so I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. Mine is in light 45W. Yeah. I looked on, I'm almost out because I use this all the time, like every day. And so I went on the ColourPop website, and of course they don't have my shade. Makes me so mad. I'm like, but I really like your stuff. Obviously, I'm using it, and obviously, everybody else is too, because they don't have anything in stock. I really want to get that new Super Shock fruit punch. It's like a lime green color. Oh, it looks so pretty. Someday I will have it, I hope. Someday. I have a huge problem with shimmers and glitter. That might be why my channel is called Glitter 50. Well, 50 is because I started this when I was 50 years old, and I'm 51 now. Um, I've been wanting to do this for years, but um, just finally started uploading videos. On Sunday, I was watching some YouTube videos, and I watched Stephanie from um, Opinionated Horsewoman, and I was watching her video, and she made it to 106 or 1,675 viewers, and she had a giveaway that she was doing. And I sat on the couch and I was watching it, and I was like, it'd be really nice if I won that. And she hits the random generator comment picker, and wouldn't you know it, my name pops up, my face comes onto her screen, and I was just blown away. I was so happy, and I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked. So I wanted to use the greens to kind of go with greens and blues in this, but I want a base color, and these are all shimmers. So I'm actually going to use the ColourPop Wild Child, and I'm going to put some browns underneath because this shirt that I have on also has some browns in it. So, oh, there goes grandmother clock. um, I have no idea what brush this is, but it's just a fluffy brush, and I'm going to take I'm going what is that? It's hard to read the gold against the brown. um Heard to get, instead of hard to get, it's heard to get, and it's this brown, almost, it's like an orangey brown shade, and I'm just going to pack that onto the edge of my eyes. So anyway, she said glitter 50, and I was like, oh my goodness, I won. And then she asked her subscribers to come over and follow me, and I was so unbelievably grateful. And within the hour, six of you came to my channel, and I was just, I have under 100 people. I don't have very many people, but, and I'm not looking to have a whole lot of people. I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm doing this because in March, it was the 25-year anniversary of my mom passing away. She had cancer, and I miss her so much, but I cannot really remember her name, or not her name, her voice. I cannot really remember her voice. And so it it bothers me that I cannot remember her voice, that I can't, like, I can hear in my heart and in my head the things that she would say to me, but I can't really remember her voice. And I don't want my children or my grandchildren to ever feel that. And I know that's kind of morbid, and I'm sorry, but at least with YouTube, they will be able to come back and they will be able to hear me and they will be able to see me and know that they are my world and that I love them and I did this for them. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I mean, I'm not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. If I had my way, I'd stay here forever. But that's a little unrealistic. It looks like this side's a little bit lower, so I'm going to try and build it up a little more. So now I'm going to take my color switch. Love this thing. Best thing they invented. Brushing off my brush. It looks like the brush is dirty. I mean, it wasn't dirty, it was clean, but it's stained. How's that? And then I'm going to go into the lighter color, and it's called Spotted. So it's this color right here. Ooh, sorry. There. I'm going to do this color. And I'm just going to tap that in there. Up, above, and come around. So that made my Sunday. That was like the best present I could have asked for on a Sunday. On Saturday, I know I'm going backwards, but on Saturday, my husband and I did a birthday party. So my husband, he's here on YouTube as well. He is Big Vince the Magician, and he was a clown with Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and he does magic shows and twist balloons. And when he and I got together, he's like, I could really use a face painter. I said, well, I've never done anything like that. I have no idea. And he goes, well, I'll buy you a book. And so they have this company called Klutz, and Klutz puts out books to help teach you how to do things like painting faces and making bracelets and cat's cradle and just all kinds of things. And I said, okay, well, that'll be nice. And so he did. He bought me a book, and he said, oh, by the way, I've booked us a gig and you're going to be face painting in a week. Okay. So we went, and it must have been an okay thing because they hired us for the next 5 years, maybe 7 years. They all kind of blend together now, but they did a company, or it was an apartment complex, and they hired us to come out and entertain their residents for an appreciation thing or something like that. and they did a barbecue, and about the 5th year, the people were saying to me, you know, when you first came out here, you weren't very good. Well, yeah, because I had only been doing it for a week, not even. And then they said, but you have greatly improved. I said, thanks. I want a lighter base. This doesn't have like a really light color. Do I want a lighter base? Do I want a darker base? I'm trying to decide what I want to do. It needs a base color. Sometimes these, sometimes these colors need to have, the shimmers that I'm going to use need to have like a base underneath them to kind of pop against. So I'm just going to take Shredded from the Going Coconuts, this color. It's basically my same color of my eyelid, but see, it'll just give it a little bit of a base to pop against. So I really like ColourPop's formula. They have some of the best shadows that I've used. Everybody has their preference. Of course, I haven't used like Natasha Denona. Oh my goodness, to have a Natasha Denona palette would be phenomenal, but the ones that I'm drawn to, of course, are the $130 palettes, and I just can't see spending $130 on a palette. But then there's Kaleidos, and it is a beautiful, like it looks so pretty, and I would love to try their shadows as well. But there again, the one palette that I really want to have was a limited edition, and I can't quite, obviously I'm not going to be able to buy that one because it's no longer in stock, but I would have loved to have had the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette with Angelica Neve. I can never, I want to say her name so bad, but it just doesn't want to come out of my mouth correctly. But she calls herself the Happy Clown, and she's here on YouTube, obviously, and she did a collab with Kaleidos. Kaleidos is a indie brand, and I watch a lot of YouTube makeup tutorials and just makeup things in general because I really like it. And here goes my eyes again. I don't know if you can see that. It's not nearly as bad as it used to be. But yes, okay. I have this little sheet in here to help keep it moist. So okay, it's gonna look, I'm gonna go in with this color right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. It has like a green and a purple tint to it, but I think it'll look good. It's called Sugar Spun. And I'm going to go in with my finger. See that? Oh my goodness. I'm going to put this over here. You see? Oh my goodness gracious. It is such a pretty color. Like it just, oh my goodness, it's so pretty. I'm just tapping it on there. And I'm going to put something else in the inner part. So I don't want to go too far over, but I also want to give it a little bit to blend with. But look at that color. Oh my goodness. And you can't, I don't know if you can see the purple shift it gives, but it's so pretty. Such a gorgeous color. Now this company, Sugar Drizzle Polish, is, they make all kinds of things. They make other palettes and other shimmers, and they obviously, by the title or the name of it, they also make nail polish, I believe. And I happened to see them on Instagram, and I was just, I had to have the colors. I'd been looking for some dual chrome, multi-chrome pigments, and I just, every time I found something that I liked, it was either out of stock, or it was coming from another country, or it was just way too expensive. And this wasn't inexpensive, but I think it was well worth it. And besides, it was my birthday present to myself. So this is a blue-green, but I'm going to put it over here to tie in the blue in my shirt, and I'm just going to blend the two of those together. You see, in person it looks, I mean, you can't really see the difference. I mean, you can, but you can't. It blends really well together. I'm hoping it translates on the video how well it combines together. And it's just so pretty. Look at how beautiful these are. Just blend those together. They're, yeah. But I love this palette. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to clean off my fingers. I'm not done yet, but yeah, I just need to clean that off, and I'm going to blend these together a little bit. Yeah, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. Alrighty, so now I'm going to, a little bit of that got over here. So now I'm going to go in and do my base makeup. I have been using the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Foundation. So with this whole mask thing, and I drive school buses for a living, and so I have to have a mask. I was breaking out down here. I have a little one up here, but I was just breaking out, and so I've been using this one. I love the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. It's like one of my favorites, but this one helps it so that I don't break out. Yes, it still transfers onto my mask, but I don't have breakouts as much. Oh, and what is my shade? Buff. So I just buff it into my face. I'm also using this is the e.l.f. powder um, brush, but I like it to blend my foundation into my skin, and it just, to me, it does a really good job. This is what I've been using and I like. Oh, honey. Sorry. I have a sick dog right now. My dog Priscilla. She's 12 and she's kind of battling pneumonia right now. And it's hard to go through. She coughs and she breathes kind of heavy. So if you hear a wheezing sound, I'm sorry. She just wants to be close to me, and so she's underneath my table right now. And she's just breathing. We have her on medication. I have had her on antibiotics. She has a cough suppressant. And the doctor's giving her a new medication today. Pets. They are just like our children. And for me, my mommy heart is having a hard time. We'll just put it that way. Alright, so I know I look kind of pale, but honestly, this is my best color. And then we're going to go in with bronzer and all of that, but I cannot stand foundation on my lips. And actually, I got this in a Allure beauty box, I think. It's just a lip balm, and I'm just going to put that on really quick to moisten my lips. All right. There we go. So now I'm going to go in. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush, and this is in Bahamas, I think. And because this is a cream, I'm going to put it on before my bronzer, because my bronzer is a primer infused, so it's a powder, but but I'm just going to put this on. I like a peachy. If I'm wearing a red or a pink look, I will put on like a pink blush. But when I'm wearing a brown or a blue or a green, I put this blush on. And it looks kind of crazy right now because I don't have it all the way blended in. But it'll come together in a minute. You'll see. And I like to take it a little higher because I've been watching how if you bring it up higher, it will open your face up more. It'll lift your face up more. And like I said, I'm in my 50s, so I need to have as much lift as I can get. So I'm just blending that out a little bit. A little bit over the nose. There. It still looks kind of crazy. It'll all come together, I promise. And now I'm taking the e.l.f. primer infused, and this is Forever Sun Kissed. this is the bronzer that I'm using today. And this is my bronzer brush, Little Mermaid Tail. I love it. And I'm just going to take that on the same angle as my blush and just bring it out, and then I'm gonna frame my face. I love this bronzer. It's so pretty. I have several that I really enjoy using, but this one, it just seems to last all day, and it doesn't, it smells good. It kind of smells like, to me it smells like suntan. Does that make sense? Not sunscreen necessarily, but it just has a warm, maybe I'm just being crazy, but that's okay. Alrighty, so before I do anything else, let's do something with these brows. And I love the Benefit Ka-Brow. Everybody has their preference. I love the little, it looks like a little inkwell, and then this comes off the top. And so it's easy to travel with if we ever travel again, which, I mean, I've made trips. I live in Washington, and I've made a trip down to Oregon to see my children because that's where they live. Some of them. One of them lives in Idaho. But I've made a trip over to Leavenworth, and I've brought this with me, and I just love it. I love the way it makes my brows look. It's so simple. I don't use gel setting, things. This just makes my brows look filled in, and you see, it just makes it so much better. And then once I'm done with that, I just take a spoolie I'm not into the whole feathered brow look. I don't think it would look good on me per se, but I know a lot of people are. That's just not my thing. And the way I view makeup is whatever makes you happy, you do you, boo. You just do whatever makes you happy, because you're the one that has to look at your face. And my husband tells me all the time, he's like, honey, you don't need makeup. And I said, no, I know I don't need makeup. I need air to breathe. I need food to eat, but I don't need makeup. I love makeup. I've always loved makeup. There were several years that I didn't wear makeup because I listened to him, because he's my husband. And he was like, you don't need it. You don't need it. And I said, okay, okay. So I stopped wearing it for a while. And then my daughter said, Mom, I'm going to go get this really pretty palette. And I was like, I want to go see what you're getting. And then I started watching YouTube. And now I have a whole plethora of things. So, yeah, much better. Brows just frame your face and frame your eyes, and they're not perfect because nothing is perfect, but better. Way better. Alrighty. Gotta dab my eyes again. I can feel them starting. So now I'm going to go in on the under eye. And I think I'm going to go into my ColourPop Mar palette. This is from forever ago. But I think I'm going to use this green on an angled brush. Where are my angled brushes? There's one. Okay. On my angle brush, I'm going to go into this green. It's called NWY. I have no idea. I should probably go back and watch the videos to see why they named them. I'm going to want this on the inner part. Just to give it a little bit of a pop. Close to, oh, Scylla, it's okay, honey. Sorry about that. Priscilla had a coughing fit and I didn't want to record that. It's not a pretty sound. So I finished putting that underneath. Here she goes again. Poor thing. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go into Detour, which is this blue. And taking, this is a ColourPop E3 brush. And I'm just going to take this and blend with that green just a little. Not all the way, just about halfway. Just about halfway in. And then I'm going to go back into, or I'm going to use my color switch, and I'm going to go into the color Gridlock, which is kind of the diagonal. It's kind of a mix between a green and a blue and a shimmer. And I'm just going to blend over the top of that green just a little, the green and blue, and blend them together a little bit better. With all these pauses, I forgot kind of what I was talking about. So it's kind of what happens when you get older. But I will say, being that I did a video on Ofra and Samantha March, the collaboration that they did with her Life's a Draft palette. And that's how Stephanie from Opinionated Horsewoman found me. And now she has introduced me to a whole bunch of other women that are older that are doing YouTube videos. So I'm going to pause this because my memory card is filling up, and I'm going to finish up my makeup and I'll come back. Alright, so here's the finished look. I've added some of the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice. I really love different colors, and so this is the Canary Bling, and I use that as my highlighter and my brow bone. And then I used Alien Ice, which is this green color, and I put that on the inner corner. So I like using different colors. life's too short to just use regular colors, and so what if I shine to the heavens? That's what I like. And for my lips, I used the Glam Light S'more. I know it's spring going into summer, and here I am using a dark lip, but for me personally, I happen to like darker lips. I find they look better on me than nude lips do. So, anyway, I hope you like this look. Please subscribe to my channel, like, and share with your friends. I'd greatly appreciate it. And who's better than you? Nobody. Have a great day.